The crisp mountain air carried the scent of pine and damp earth, mingling with the distant murmur of a rushing river. Under the towering evergreens, a lone figure pressed forward, boots crunching over frost-laced leaves. Riven Calden had spent years navigating the wild, but tonight something felt different. His fingers tightened around the strap of his pack, senses sharp as he scanned the darkness. The radio at his belt crackled. "Riven, you there?" came the hushed voice of his partner, Ilara Voss. "Yeah, I'm here," he murmured, keeping his voice low. "Still no sign, but I know we're close." Their search wasn't for a lost hiker or a fugitive. It was for an injured grizzly. A massive male seen limping near the riverbank, dragging one of its legs. A hunter had reported the sighting, but by the time authorities arrived, the bear had vanished into the depths of the wilderness. Now, it was up to Riven and Ilara to find him before the injury worsened, or before frightened locals decided to take matters into their own hands. A rustle in the underbrush made Riven freeze. He crouched low, hand hovering near the tranquilizer rifle strapped to his pack. The wind carried the scent of musk and damp fur. His pulse quickened. Tilting his head slightly, he whispered into the radio, "I've got movement." "South Ridge." Ilara's response was immediate. "Hold position. I'm circling from the west." Riven advanced carefully, stepping over fallen branches. Moonlight cut through the trees in streaks, illuminating a form ahead. Just beyond the dense brush, a massive grizzly lay slumped against a fallen log, sides rising and falling in labored breaths. Its left hind leg was swollen, an open wound visible near the joint. Blood matted its thick fur. Riven's grip on the rifle tightened. He knew better than to approach too quickly. The bear's breathing was ragged, but fire still burned in its amber eyes. Ilara's voice crackled through again. "I see him. Looks bad." Riven exhaled slowly. "Yeah, he's hurt, but he's still got fight in him. We have to be careful." Ilara emerged from the trees, tranquilizer gun raised. "You take the shot. You're closer." Riven nodded. Every second mattered. He raised his rifle, taking careful aim at the bear's powerful shoulder, avoiding vital areas while ensuring the sedative would take effect quickly. He pulled the trigger. The dart struck true. The bear let out a deep huff, turning its heavy head toward Riven with a low growl. For a moment, he feared it might charge, but then its movement slowed. Its breathing deepened. Within minutes, the sedative took hold, and the massive animal sagged against the earth. Riven and Ilara wasted no time. They moved in, assessing the wound. Up close, Riven could see the jagged edges of torn flesh. "Looks like he got caught in something, maybe an old trap or barbed wire." Ilara was already pulling out the medical kit. "We need to clean it up before infection sets in. Let's get to work." The next hour blurred by in focused effort. They worked in silence, disinfecting the wound, stitching torn flesh, and bandaging as best they could. The grizzly stirred once, a low rumble vibrating through his chest, but the sedative held. By the time they finished, the sky had begun to lighten with the first traces of dawn. Riven stepped back, rolling his shoulders. "That should hold. With luck, he'll heal up on his own." Ilara packed up their supplies, nodding. "And if not, we'll be back." Riven glanced at the sleeping bear one last time before stepping away. The forest was waking around them, the hush of night giving way to the whisper of wind through the pines. They had done their part. Now it was up to the wild to do the rest.